Imagine you're a P-51 Mustang pilot in 1944, flying high over Germany, escorting a massive formation of B-17 bombers. Suddenly, something flashes past you, faster than anything you've ever seen. It has no propeller, just a trail of fire. You've just met the Messerschmitt 163 Komet, the only rocket-powered fighter to ever see combat. This is the story of a legendary duel in the skies. The thoroughbred American P-51 Mustang versus the German rocket ship, the Me-163. The P-51 Mustang was the pinnacle of piston engine fighter design. With its powerful Merlin engine and long range, it became the master of the European air war, capable of escorting bombers all the way to Berlin and back. It was fast, agile, and heavily armed with 6.50 caliber machine guns. For Allied pilots, the Mustang was their guardian angel, the fighter that finally turned the tide against the Luftwaffe. It could outclimb, outrun, and outturn almost anything the Germans could throw at it. But almost is the key word here. Germany, facing relentless bombing, was desperate. They needed a game changer, something to stop the Allied bomber streams. Their answer was the Me-163 Komet. This tiny, tailless aircraft was less of a plane and more of a manned rocket. Its Walter Huck 109509 rocket engine produced immense thrust, rocketing the Komet to over 30,000 feet in under 3 minutes. Its top speed was a staggering 560 miles per hour, nearly 100 miles per hour faster than the Mustang. When it appeared, Allied pilots were left in shock. How could you fight something you couldn't even catch? When a Komet attacked, it was a blur. It would soar up through the bomber formations, fire its powerful 30mm cannons, and then use its incredible speed to climb away, untouchable. For the escorting Mustang pilots, it was a nightmare. They were the fastest things in the sky, yet the Komet treated them like they were standing still. The speed difference was so huge that a head-on pass would be over in the blink of an eye, giving pilots less than a second to aim and fire. A tail chase was simply impossible. The Komet would just point its nose up and disappear into the blue. But the Komet was a double-edged sword. Its rocket engine was incredibly volatile. The fuel, a combination of two hypergolic liquids called T-Stoff and C-Stoff, would spontaneously ignite on contact. This made refueling and even just a hard landing incredibly dangerous. Many Komets were lost to accidents and explosions, sometimes before even taking off. And that powerful rocket engine had a huge weakness. It only had about 7 minutes of powered flight. This was the opening the Mustang pilots needed. They couldn't catch a Komet under power. But what about after? Once its fuel was spent, the Me-163 became a simple glider. Its incredible speed vanished, and it had to glide back to its home airfield to land. This was its moment of absolute vulnerability. The Mustang pilots developed new tactics. Instead of trying to chase the Komets during their attack, they would patiently circle high above the Komet airfields, waiting. Like hawks, they watched as the rocket fighters completed their brief, fiery attacks, and began their slow, silent descent. Then, the Mustangs would dive. Now, the tables were turned. The powerless Komet, while still a sleek glider, was no match for a P-51 at full throttle. The hunter became the hunted. American ace Bud Anderson described it as shooting ducks in a barrel. The same fighters that were untouchable minutes before were now easy targets, defenseless as they tried to land. Ultimately, the Me-163 Komet was a fascinating but flawed marvel of technology. Its revolutionary speed couldn't overcome its fatal weaknesses: the short flight time, the dangerous fuel, and its vulnerability during landing. It managed to shoot down only a handful of Allied bombers, while suffering heavy losses itself, many not even due to enemy fire. The P-51 Mustang, on the other hand, was a reliable, effective, and war-winning machine. It represented a mature, perfected technology that controlled the skies. The clash between the Mustang and the Komet was a clash of philosophies: the proven, dependable workhorse versus the radical, high-risk superweapon. In the skies over World War II, it was the reliable Mustang that won the day, proving that sometimes, the race isn't just about being the fastest. Thank you for watching, And if you enjoyed this look into aviation history, be sure to like and subscribe for more.